Hello and welcome. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Control of the center with e4. Preparing to develop other pieces and potentially creating space for the bishop on c4.
This is a book move. The opening is called French defense.
This is a book move. The opening is called French defense, normal variation.
Pawn to dfm.
This is a book move. The opening is called French defense, Halcyon variation.
Knight to f6.
Bishop to g5 is the best move.
This is a book move. The opening is called French defense, classical variation, normal variation.
Pawn to e5 is the best move.
Knight from filler f2 d is excellent. This is a book move. The opening is called French defense, classical variation, Tartakover variation.
This is a book move. The opening is called French defense, Alekhine-Chatard Attack.
Attacking the pawn to d4 pawn and preparing to develop the queen's either pieces. Pawn to cfm is a solid move that also pins the knight on d3, forcing catalyst to respond to the potential threat on the queen's either.
Attacking the black pawn on e7, creating a potential weakness and gaining control of the center. The pin on the knight on pawn to f6 is also neutralized, allowing for further development and attacking chances.
King captures on e2.
Pawn to f4.
Queen to b6 is excellent. This attacks the pawn. Pawn captures on d4 is best. This is a trade.
Developing the queen to a strong central square, putting pressure on black's position and preparing to control the pawn to d5 square, while also eyeing the pawn to d4 pawn and potential weaknesses on the queen side.
Knight to c6.
Knight to f4 is best. This defends a pawn on b2. This attacks the queen.
Queen to b4.
Knight captures on c5 is best.
Queen captures on d2, check is best. This is a trade.
King captures on d2 is best. This defends a pawn on c2.
Attacking the knight on dfm, creating a potential pin on the knight. An opening leanness for the queen to potentially attack the black king.
Attacking the black pawn on d7, creating a potential weakness and gaining control of the center. The pin on the knight on pawn to f6 is also neutralized, allowing for further development and attacking chances.
Bishop captures on d2.
Preparing to develop the queenside pieces, supporting the pawn on d4, and controlling the pawn to d5 square, while also eyeing the potential pin on the knight on c6.
Knight to f5 is excellent. This defends a pawn on g2. Knight to c6 is best.
Preparing to develop the queenside pieces and control the pawn to d5 square, while also eyeing the potential pin on the knight on d7, which could be lifted by the bishop on c4.
Pawn to d4 is best. This offers a trade.
Pawn captures on d4.
Knight captures on d4.
Rook to c1 is excellent. This develops a rook. By placing the rook on an open file, it controls important columns. King to e3 is best. This defends a pawn on f4. This attacks the knight. This move gains a tempo.
Bishop to c6.
King to e3 is a solid move, supporting the pawn on pawn to e4 and preparing to develop the rest of the pieces. It also slightly weakens the king side, but this is a minor trade-off for the potential to launch a kingside attack later on.
Rook from filler h to d8 is best. This defends a knight on d4. This develops a rook, by placing the rook on an open filler. It controls important columns.
Knight to f3 is the best move.
Knight captures on e2.
Bishop captures on e2.
Rook from filler r to c8 is best. This develops a rook, by placing the rook on an open filler. It controls important columns.
Rook from file h to g1 is the best move.
He played bishop to dfm to challenge catalyst's pawn structure and prepare for potential counterplay. On the queen side, the move also pins the knight on b2, making it difficult for catalyst to maneuver.
Pawn to a3.
Rook captures on c1 is best. This is a trade.
Attacking the black pawn on pawn to c5 with rook captures on c1 creates a potential pin on the black queen, forcing catalyst to choose between saving the pawn or losing the queen. This move also opens up the c-file for potential future use.
Bishop captures on b2 is best. This captures a free pawn.
Rook to g1.
Bishop to h4 is the best move.
Rook captures on g7.
Bishop to f5 is a strong move attacking the kingside pawn structure. Pinning the knight on pawn to b2 and preparing to launch a potential kingside attack. It also puts pressure on the kingside pawns and opens lanes for the rooks to potentially attack the black position.
Rook to g1 is the best move.
Rook to c8 is a weak move, as it doesn't challenge black's pawn structure and doesn't create any threats. It's a passive move that allows black to maintain control of the center and prepare for a potential counterattack.
Bishop to f3.
Pawn to b6.
Attacking the kingside pawn structure. Pawn to h5 aims to challenge black's kingside pawns and create potential weaknesses. This move also prepares for a potential kingside pawn storm, putting pressure on black's position.
Pawn to h6 is the best move.
Rook to g2 is a prophylactic move to prevent black's potential counterplay on the kingside, specifically targeting the pawn on e5. This move also prepares to develop the rest of the pieces and control the center of the board.
King to f8 is the best move.
Rook to d2 is best by placing the rook on an open file. It controls important columns.
King to a2 is best by moving the king off the back rank. The risk of back rank mortar threats is reduced and improve the king's safety.
King to f2 is excellent. Bishop to d1 is best.
Rook to c1 is best.
King to e3 is the best move.
Rook to a1. Check pins the black knight on f5, preparing to launch a potential attack on the black king, while also supporting the pawn on pawn to a4 and preparing to potentially push the a4, creating a strong initiative.
King to f2.
Rook to b1 is excellent. By placing the rook on an open file, it controls important columns. Rook to c1 is best by placing the rook on an open file. It controls important columns.
Bishop to d1 is excellent. King to e3 is best. This defends a rook and pawn on d2 and f4.
He played bishop to a4 to challenge catalyst's pawn structure and create space for my pieces to develop. The Alekhine-Chatard Attack aims to take advantage of black's somewhat passive pawn center. And I'm hoping to gain a strategic advantage by putting pressure on their position.
King to e3 is a solid move, supporting the pawn on pawn to e4 and preparing to develop the rest of the pieces. It also slightly weakens the kingside, but this is mitigated by the presence of the bishop on g5, which puts pressure on black's position.
Developing the bishop to c6. Supporting the pawn to d5 pawn and preparing to control the pawn to d4 square, while also eyeing the potential pin on the knight on c6.
Bishop to f3.
Attacking the knight on f5, preparing to develop the queen-side pieces and potentially creating a passed pawn on the queen-side.
King captures on f3 is best.
Pawn to a5.
Rook to c2.
King to f8 is a safe retreat, avoiding the potential pin on the knight and preparing to develop the rest of the queen-side pieces. It also maintains pawn structure and supports the pawn to d5 pawn.
Rook to d2 is excellent. By placing the rook on an open file, it controls important columns. Pawn to a4 is best.
Pawn to b5.
King to e4.
He played pawn to a4 to challenge catalyst's pawn structure and create space for my pieces to develop. The move also pins catalyst's knight on c6, making it harder for them to attack my position.
King to d4 is the best move.
Rook to c1 is the best move.
Rook to d3 is best.
Rook to c2.
Pawn to b4 is excellent. Pawn to b3 is best. This offers a trade.
Rook to c4, check.
King to e3 is a solid move, supporting the pawn on pawn to e4 and preparing to develop the rest of the pieces. It also slightly weakens the king side, but this is mitigated by the presence of the bishop on g5, which puts pressure on black's position.
King to e8 is excellent. King to e7 is best by moving the king off the back rank. The risk of back rank mortar threats is reduced and improved the king's safety.
Rook to d6.
Attacking the black king with rc3+, pinning the knight on pawn to g4 and preparing to launch a potential attack on the black king, while also putting pressure on the black pawn structure.
King to d4 is the best move.
Rook to c4, check.
King to e3 is best. This defends a pawn on f4.
Rook to c3, check.
King to d4 is best. This attacks the rook.
Rook to c4, check.
King to e3 is best. This defends a pawn on f4. The game is over. It ended in a draw.